It's wild when you have an existing ongoing concern business, a tiny little sliver of something that you hear for free or read for free from books or the ACQAI thing or whatever, you can implement 1/1,000,000th of whatever that content is, and it can change your business. Or it can certainly pay for itself overnight.
This past weekend, I was enjoying a beautiful Laguna Beach afternoon, and then all of a sudden, maybe 15 in front of me in the pool, I go, holy shit, that's Alex Hormozi, who is probably one of the most relevant people in our lives right now. The weirdest thing was that he was like, did you used to sing in a band? And totally recognized me. And then I actually was the one who was feeling uncomfortable.
Welcome back. It's another episode of the Who Cares podcast.
Brought to you by Client Giant.
We are Client Giants. I'm Jeff Jackel.
I'm Jay O'Brien.
I wonder how many people think that might be your real name, because you do say that a lot.
Recently, recently I got a voicemail from someone confirming like a reservation for me or something like that, and they're like, hi, this message for Jay O'Brien, and we're sending this email confirmation to your email at Jamo Green. I'm like, you just said my name.
You just said it.
Don't you think that maybe it's the same?
A lot of people use their name as their email address.
Yeah.
I might be one of them.
You are one of them. Now, some exciting news. Not that exciting. Exciting for us. Very odd, actually. This past weekend, I was enjoying a beautiful Laguna Beach afternoon, sitting poolside, kind of daydreaming. The eyes are just kind of fixed, like a little,
Mm-hmm.
and then all of a sudden, maybe 15 in front of me in the pool, I go, holy shit, that's Alex Hormozi, who is probably one of the most relevant people in our lives right now from
100%.
like a celebrity perspective.
Celebrity. I guess celebrity.
I mean, the guy made $1 million.
Made $1 million. Yeah, in terms of business strategy, content creation, thought leadership that we have been following recently and learning from, and we just did the donation thing of $200 on his $100 million money models launch, and then a week later, you see him in Laguna Beach, California. And did you mosey on over there?
Did I Alex Hormozi over there? I sure did. Yeah, that's always awkward when you're like, I got 15 seconds to just not be a weirdo, but kind of like grab your attention for 1 second. What do you say? What do you do? Do you ask a question?
It's also not like that is a different type of fame or notoriety or celebrity. It's not
the celebrities I care about the most. I waited outside of a bathroom for Tim Ferriss at a Tony Robbins conference. He was right in front of me at the urinal, and I was like, I'm talking to him. I'm getting out of line to speak with him. And
yeah, okay.
I was going to tap him on the shoulder, but I figured that's inappropriate.
Maybe you're different. But I guess normally people think of like celebrity as, or somebody famous as actor or actress or musician or somebody that's like in entertainment, whatever. This is... You like respect what he's...
That's actually a good point. So like if I saw Brad Pitt, right, or something, that I would definitely be more starstruck, but there's no part of me that would want to actually go up and talk to him. There's nothing to say.
Yeah, that makes one of us.
There's nothing to say. Like if he's like, hey, let's hang out for an hour over dinner, you're like, that'd be really fun. But like there's nothing...
You, the guy who says that, think about your favorite author or somebody that you really, whatever, like you probably never reached out to them. You wouldn't just walk up to him and be like, dude, you've totally inspired the way I eat things with my fingers.
I mean, the way he eats on film is...
He's the best eater alive.
Hands down,
best
without
eater,
question. Which,
Pitt.
by the way, I was just listening to a podcast that Steve McQueen, when he had very, very small roles where he was just kind of a background actor, he would always be doing things with his hands, whether it was like eating or something, just because it would catch the frame and like it would make him relevant, and it got noticed and whatever. So I wonder if that's actually where Brad Pitt gets it from.
Brad Pitt is the Steve McQueen of our generation. One would
He said
argue.
it. You heard it here, folks.
One would argue.
Yeah, so
you moseyed on over.
So I moseyed on over. Of course, I wanted the whole thank you thing.
Sure.
Yes, I wanted to do that, so I did. but it's also an opportunity to at least plant a little seed of dynamite of this is what we do. This is the name of our company.
He's like, oh my God, no one's ever pitched me their company before.
Right, exactly.
This is a brand new experience for me.
Well, no, it's the weirdest thing was that he was like, did you used to sing in a band? And totally recognized me. And then I actually was the one who was feeling uncomfortable.
You're like, hey, Alex, I'm just trying to sit here by the pool.
I'm just trying to be a normal guy just like you. So a couple photos and then let's wrap it up.
Wrap it on up.
But it was a good conversation. It was about 2 minutes. He's a very shy man.
That's
it was good. So here's what's interesting about what he's recently done. So he wrote the book $100 Million Offers, $100 Million Leads, and now just did the most successful book launch, nonfiction book launch in history.
Yes, he doubled.
In terms of speed to launch and quantity of books sold.
More than doubled the quantity of books sold in the first 24, 48, 72 hours.
3.3 million books, something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
Over $100 million in revenue from the book alone without shipping.
So here's what's so interesting about what he did is he's got these first two books that are, if you're a business owner or operator out there, highly recommend getting exposed to them. They're both very short reads. I recommend listening on Audible while reading. It's like a workbook. Mm-hmm. But this particular book is called $100 Million Money Models, and it's talking about building a money model to get to $100 million. So,
which encompasses leads and offers from the first two books.
Sure. So it's comprehensive in that regard. So he put together this insane book launch, very innovative the way he did it, primarily asking people to donate large quantities of books to other entrepreneurs with this mission in place to have this book in the hands of every entrepreneur in the United States and one day the world. So the ask wasn't launch a book, please buy it. It was launch a book, please buy 200 of them. And because of this, he scaled the shit out of the sales instantly and subsequently made $100 million in 72 hours, which is the most meta shit I've ever heard in my life.
Well, make it even. So first of all, I watched the thing for more hours than I care to admit on the weekend when it was.
I mean, the way you get glued to things, it's like, I bet you've watched so many knife infomercials for like 3 hours
I've not.
Straight. You
Those
100%.
don't get me. I swear I haven't. Those don't get me.
Every time you're about to start, I was like, but wait, like, I'll wait for a second.
Okay, what else you got?
Yeah.
No, but this, I also thought they were going to, because he kept like bringing things out that, and it's so formulaic. It is so infomercially, but you're glued. I was captivated by it because he kept doing certain things. You're like, all right, look, I'm going to do this right now, and it's only for people that are watching. So I could be like, well, I want to be included in this, which was really smart. And then he did it the next day, and then he did it the next day.
Yeah, it's only for this.
Yeah, but no, he changed the things that were offered. But what was super interesting is, so he is aware, and if you pause right now and go look at Alex Hormozi's stuff so you know who the heck we're talking about so that you can understand, or go listen to it. But he's very aware that like his audience is very broad. So his actual sale of this thing is a book for $29.99, which, by the way, I'm pretty sure he'll give away a digital format for free later, if he hasn't already. He really does, I think, want it to be in the hands of everybody that can benefit from it, to help entrepreneurs just be better. So he basically bifurcated the audience. The launch was to say, look, for a lot of you guys, that's fine. For people who are in established businesses that have a certain amount of revenue, and he might have even named it, if you've got this amount to this much, you should be able to invest $6,000 right now and do 200 books that you're donating, which is 100% tax deductible. And then you'll get these other things in addition to it, which, like, the coolest thing, which I don't remember whether we talked about on here, is he built out this whole AI, which I think is actually the most interesting meta thing that he did. We'll get to that in a second. Then he did a step further. It was like, hey, for you, I forget what he calls them, like big dogs or something like that, you can actually buy 800 books or donate 800 books, and you'll get consulting from me and my team for the next 6 months, essentially paying $3,000 a month for the next 6 months. Have access to me, have access to the team. But all of that in the form of donating books. And that's how he got to 3.3 million books purchased, quote unquote. And then he also solved the problem, which apparently he did this last time for a book launch where people could buy multiple copies. He solved the problem of, well, how the hell do I distribute these books? Everybody got a code. So if we wanted to, let's say for those 200 books, we could give them to people who are watching, right? Or we could give them a code, and they would be able to just go to the website and put in the code, and they pay $9.99 shipping. And
all the fulfillment happens from them. Why did he do the shipping thing again? There was a reason why he charged everyone for shipping, but made the book free. Maybe it's just the hard cost.
It's a hard cost of shipping.
Yeah.
I know it doesn't cost $10 to ship a book, but
yeah, it's another profit center.
There's handling. Yeah, I'm sure it's a profit center, and also they're all warehoused.
And it's media mail.
Yeah. They're all warehoused, though. He has multiple warehouses throughout the country. But so here was the crazy thing. What made the thing really crazy and meta, and I don't know how long you want to talk about this, but I'm like a total dork about it, was so 2 years ago, he decides to purchase, I believe, or rent, I think he purchased a building in Vegas. Way bigger than what he needed for his operation. Acquisition.com is actually like an acquisition company. It's a holding company that's invested in a whole bunch of different things. And so to utilize that space, he decides, okay, every weekend we're going to bring out 70 entrepreneurs for Saturday and Sunday. I think it's 2 days. Maybe it's one day and they do 2 weekends. And we're going to do live consulting. So for somebody, if you watch his shit, like for someone to do something that is so unscalable, it's literally in-person consulting that he's going to be at this warehouse every single weekend talking to 70 people about their businesses. Like I think I'd said that to you. I'm like, why would he be doing that? Like, so
you've wanted us to do that at times.
I have, which I mean, we still can. I've talked to them, and we could still go do that. It's $5,000. It's like you do it for the day, and you're not necessarily with him, but we could do that.
No, I mean, you wanted us to be the consultants to go run the workshop for companies.
Well, but so here's the difference. So I still think that we could do that. Like if we were willing to give of our own time and travel schedule and whatever, and go to companies and literally help them install a new way to do things, I think that would be super helpful to a lot of people because changing their culture is one of the hardest things. But then we actually have a service that makes it a no-brainer for them afterwards. He doesn't really have anything for those companies unless he grows one up and then can invest in it. So it's not like he's charging them $5,000, having a whole Saturday with them, and then has like something to sell them ongoing.
No, he was actually doing it for content for the AI platform.
Okay, so that was the big reveal. He basically says to everybody, you really just stepped on my...
Oh, sorry.
He says to everybody, so you guys might be wondering why I was doing
Bruce
this
Willis is dead in The Sixth Sense. In case you haven't seen it.
That guy with the toupee? That's Bruce Willis.
That's not the twist.
So he reveals to everybody, hey, you might be wondering why I've been doing this completely unscalable thing for 2 years every single weekend. I personally met with 220-something companies, and our team met with 1,050 or whatever, and we were compiling all the data and information that we used to solve the problems of those people. Those people were, every business was either supply constrained, demand constrained, and here were the different areas in their business where they needed to find an unlock. I've put all of this into, and he has this huge thing of notes. It's all been fed into this AI along with these 12 new playbooks that I put into place and all 3 of my books, and it's in an AI. And that is included when you donate 200 bucks, which is just like, that all of a sudden, like with one thing, he made the unscalable completely scaled.
Yeah.
And now you can utilize that, which we have. And I think it's one thing that's interesting about this whole experience of watching him do this and then getting the ACQ AI and the playbooks, which I haven't really looked at yet, is so you make a decision as a business owner. You're like, okay, I'm going to drop this cash on this. Hopefully, it's worth it. Or part of me was going there, and I was waffling back and forth on it that day. And I'm like, first of all, I've been consuming the guy's content, and we've thrown stuff around that we learned from him. So like, let's say it goes nowhere. Is it worth $6,000 to basically be like, I got a bunch of free shit that is for sure made us money?
I think about stuff like that all the time.
Right? Like, you're doing a good thing. Not that he needs the money, but it's like, I'm not bummed about that. I've gleaned way more than that from his free content, right?
Yeah.
But 2, like, it's wild when you have an existing ongoing concern business that like a tiny little sliver of something that you hear for free or read for free from books or the ACQ AI thing or whatever, you could implement one millionth of whatever that content is, and it can change your business. Yeah. Or it can certainly pay for itself overnight.
Absolutely.
Which I feel like we've already sort of seen that. Even to just have unlocks of a couple of things of the way we're rethinking about offers or how to frame things. Or
I'd like to think that we do that too. I know that we do that too. Where you open up this door for what we do at Client Giant. We're like, hey, what if you did this way in your company? And then we hear similar types of results where people are like, holy shit, I went from this to that. Like an astronomical increase, not like a little incremental movement, No,
I implemented nothing different besides Client Giant, and within a year I doubled my revenue.
Right. So I think that's awesome. That's powerful. Hormozi, we've implemented his things, and that's worked powerful. And even things with like SaaS Rise and stuff like that. I mean, just that sort of content in a mastermind type of setting is invaluable. This particular thing, $100 million money models, creating a model himself that generated $100 million in 3 days and having the fastest book launch of all time, I just think is so cool that it's like, and by the way, I'll do it for you in the launch of the thing I'm telling you to do.
Yeah, which was also like because I think if you believe what he's saying, this was the plan from 4 years ago when he released the first book. I'm going to call it $100 million lead so that I can call it $100 million offer. And at the end, I'm going to culminate this by making $100 million in the sale of one book in one day or a few days. Right.
Absolutely.
Which, yeah. Well, and then what's also weird is he's teaching, that what he's good at is teaching models of how to sell things and how to get you to, it's not manipulate. I mean, it sort of is sales manipulation. Like, get you to think or feel a certain way about something, and then to let's like lay the hook or the anchor up here of this price, and then I'm going to drop it, and then I'm going to drop it. Like, he literally gives you all those tools,
and then uses it on
and then uses it on you in the same time, in the same 8-hour thing that he's using it.
Yeah,
and it's like you're not realizing it.
But that's why I think there's such a parallel between what he's doing and what we do. It's so similar because what he's doing is obviously very meta. Same with us. And we talked countless times about, is gifting, thoughtfulness, any of this, is it manipulation if you know that there's going to be a knee-jerk reaction of reciprocity? If you know that it is self-serving in some regard, is there a component of manipulation? Because the people that we're selling, our customers who buy client giant services to take care of their clients, they see a big uptick in repeat, referral, whatever, revenue. They're being taken care of by us as well as a company.
Yep.
And that increases our retention and net
Referrals.
Spend from there and whatnot. And I don't believe that when they receive something, they're thinking, damn, Client Giant's so good at manipulating me too. That what it is this philosophy works. This whole thing works. They've tapped into a piece of human psychology that actually does feel good. I believe it does come from a good place. And I don't care that is the output. And similarly with Alex, it's like, you're right, that structure does work. And for me, it's working on me now. Mm-hmm. And I think cognitively recognizing that this is working shows you right then and there it's not manipulation because you're still moving forward.
Not to get even more meta, but I always assume that when we take care of people and our customers, that they would never think that it was anything other than sincere, because we literally are a company that exists to do that and to help people do that. But I'm realizing as you're saying this that any one of our clients, our customers, taking care of their clients, those people feel the same way. They feel like that's not that their company or their service provider exists to take care of people in this way, but they're just like, that's just baked into their culture.
Right? You mean the end recipient on their side? Yes.
So the way I think of it, I don't think people are thinking of that of us because that's our whole deal. But
is it? Because our whole deal is we run a business selling this philosophy. Right. So someone could question that and say,
sure,
yeah, but internally these guys
got to make money.
Don't give a shit about anything but the bottom line.
Yeah. Little do they know.
So
they do all sorts of shit that doesn't make sense. But the Hormozi one's obvious. Like I don't think you watched the actual. When he introduced the $6,000 thing, $200 donation. He said the way he sells it is because he's talking about the ACQ AI that was derived from all of those consultations, and so he says people that come to our warehouse and have a day with us and then have consultation with my team afterwards, they pay $35,000. Says people who have a day with me pay $135,000 for my consultation. He goes, so I have packed not only one of those consultations, but 226 of them or whatever it is into this AI and these books. So 226 times that $135,000 would be whatever the crazy number. And he goes, would I charge that to you guys? Of course not. Would I charge the $135,000 that I charge? Of course not. Would I charge the $35,000 that I would have? Of course not. And he literally did. He goes, so I am going to give this to you today for half of that $35,000, just $16,700, whatever. And he goes, but I'm also going to add in this. And now that I've added in all this, Is it worth that 16.75 or whatever? He goes, of course it is, and then some. But I'm not going to sell it to you for 16.75. I'm going to sell it to you for 8. He literally went from 100 and whatever to 35 to 16 to 8 to whatever.
You're telling me you never bought knives online?
That's what I'm saying.
Or an infomercial. You never called an 800 number ever at 3 a.m? Never?
No, but I didn't even buy the Snuggie. Backwards robe. I might have bought that sponge with the face on it. You know,
ShamWow?
No, ShamWow was great. My dad had that. But what you're exemplifying exactly what I'm trying to say. It was so formulaic, so infomercial. He literally did all this stuff. He basically did everything short of, and this one knife is $27.
Yeah, I mean, and it sounds snake oily and it sounds infomercially or whatever, but you're a smart guy. You're following the logic. You're not like, you just tripped up on the logic. That actually doesn't make sense. Or for a value of $17,000, you're like, well, hold on. I don't see $17,000 value in that one thing. You know, he's actually walking through the whole thing. I do charge this for conferences. I do charge this to whatever. The only argument you could say is like, okay, well, me meeting with you one-on-one is a zillion times more powerful than the AI. So,
a zillion.
You know, so,
yeah.
So, but what he's saying is actually walking you down a logical path that, okay, it's a good sale.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the two reasons are, one, if it did nothing, would I feel terrible about investing that at a tax write-off for all the value we've gotten from him? No. And two, do I think that we'll find a kernel we probably already have that will make that much or more? It's not at all for someone who doesn't have an ongoing business that is the plane's in the air and you could implement something tomorrow and have it be a meaningful.
It's not for that person?
It's not for someone who doesn't have that situation. That is. Like the book for sure is. And he said that, like, you're not going to invest $6,000 unless...
I don't think I understand. Who is it not for?
It's not for somebody without a business where you could conceivably implement something like this and drastically increase your revenue so that the $6,000 is meaningless. Unless you're doing it as a donation for real.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, he admittedly said that. And then also the $18,000 or $24,000 one isn't for someone unless they're, like he said, big kahuna or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah, that's interesting. Calls them the big kahunas.
So it wasn't kahuna. It was like...
I mean, but maybe that's how we upsell people. We say like, and this is for like the Handsome Devil group. And then they're like, well, I want to be a handsome devil. And so they buy more.
We've done that, but like when we were mostly real estate, we've done that where maybe we didn't do it externally, but internally we were like, oh yeah, that's probably not a full-time.
Okay, I mean, a lot of that is literal, though. We call it, this is the professional level. This is like, well, they actually are.
Yeah, are you actually a professional or you're just like a part-timer?
We talked about side hustles a few episodes ago. I saw a clip on the America Online's about us talking about side hustles and stuff.
Okay.
I have a side hustle.
Oh.
And I'm getting back on Instagram to push my side hustle.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Is this about that VHS thing that goes back in?
That's an invention, and I would like to remain anonymous for that one.
Said it on here.
So,
like I said, anonymous. No one.
Similar to how companies pay for mystery shoppers, or in our case, a software company pays for penetration tests, right? To break the system, to hack your software so that you can expose vulnerabilities and things of that nature to make sure you're airtight. I'm going to be a hospitality penetration expert, and I will be invited to the best of the best hotels across the country, probably all over the world.
Sure.
Simply to penetrate their hospitality.
Sure.
And provide them with a report as to what has gone right and what has gone wrong so that they will become better.
Now, is there a part of you that thinks that this profession does not exist?
It does.
Or that they're not consulting?
It does.
That's actually, we should interview somebody that is with one of those companies, consulting companies.
You can interview me.
Did you have another bad experience?
I'm not saying it's a bad experience. I'm just saying it's a missed experience. It's like...
What happened?
It's actually not even a missed experience. It's
is
just,
this at the hotel that I'm sure going to remain nameless that you went to this weekend where you saw Hormozi? And no.
Let's not even keep it nameless. This is the Montage in Laguna Beach.
Okay.
One of the most prestigious properties in the country.
Okay. And they do it right.
I mean, they do a lot of things right.
Yeah.
Okay. Ordered room service one evening.
Okay.
And
are you going to shit on the thing that you took pride in the other day, that they ran a cart right through a wedding reception?
No, I like that part.
I thought it was awful.
And by the way, It's way worse than it looks in the video. In the
'Cause it's
video,
rickety and,
the video, the wedding looks like it's like maybe, I don't know, pretty far away. It's not far away at all. It's right there.
I would be furious. You would be furious.
Sure. Look, I wasn't wheeling the cart. But anyway, a few of the items we ordered, steaks, medium rare, they cooked a little bit. They kind of arrived closer to medium. Not super mad about that. Those things happen. But what was extremely odd is that I had a butter knife to cut that steak.
What?
Yep. And this wasn't like a whoopsie because 2 of the 5 people ordered steaks and there's not a steak knife.
There was no steak knife in the whole thing.
No. So that's just not part of what they do.
You talk to anybody about that?
No, but I'm waiting for them to hire me for the penetration.
What percentage of the people that listen to this and watch this
think I live in a hotel?
Think you're an asshole.
Which, by the way, it just so happens like over the past few weeks that this has happened because it's like I wasn't even staying there technically.
Right,
I was visiting a sibling.
Sure.
Okay.
Who basically does live in hotels.
Yeah, I was just enjoying the benefits.
Sure.
On Labor Day weekend.
Sure.
It's also part of R&D for my new side hustle.
Sure.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Yeah. So
that one of a kind service.
So I thought, that is for sure gonna get written up about in my write up.
Did you tell anybody?
No, I didn't tell anyone because they didn't engage
More importantly,
with my services.
How'd you cut that steak, or was it sliced?
No, I figured it out with the butter knife. But see, things like that, like, isn't that kind of interesting?
I don't know what.
I don't think that just because of how it went down, I don't think that gets brought to someone's attention. They go, oh my God, oops. I actually just don't think they provide a steak knife with room service.
I was thinking maybe they know that there's kids in that room.
What?
I don't know. That's the only thing I could think of is like I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt that they'd be like,
that makes absolutely no sense.
A steak knife? Wait till your kids start to try to touch knives.
I don't. My mom moved into a townhome in 2003 on May 17th. If you want to know when it was, and I
want to try to see where this connects.
And there was an association pool directly across the street with a hot tub. And for the first 3 months she lived there, that thing was never more than like 87 degrees. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? She's like, I brought it up to the association, and they said that they don't want to make it too hot for kids. And I was like, that's enough. Any hot tub I've ever seen in my life has a sign that says, like, if you're under 14, don't come in or whatever. They're just trying to save money.
How old were you?
I was 17.
That's wild.
That's the steak knife example.
Yeah, that's wild. I mean, that makes me feel that's plastic on the furniture.
Plastic on the furniture. That's just wild.
What's it being saved for?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what about the screen protectors that aren't like the factory screen protectors? Not even the ones you put on the screen. The ones that are like the thick plastic. You're like, I can't even see through this foggy mess. Like, this looks terrible. Oh boy. Big shout out. We got a listener coming out of Sleepy Hollow.
G-Fry.
I mean, I pride myself on the friendships I have.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. I think the people that you surround yourself with are a reflection on who you are as a human.
Oh, you think that? I've never heard that.
Yeah, I made it up. I read it on the back of a Hallmark card. And
I got to play you this.
This guy was tracking me down to have dinner for a few weeks, and he's like, I'm going to come to you. The guy works in a city I've never even been to. It's so far away.
Mm-hmm.
And
is it near Glendale, or am I just saying that because they're close?
Glendora?
I know, but is that?
I don't. Maybe is that the female version of the? I don't know.
The city Glendale.
But I know it's far, and he drove there, got to the restaurant before I did, put his freaking credit card down without me knowing. We had a long, beautiful evening. He obviously picked up the tab, which I did not want him to do. Then he drove far to get home.
Yeah, back to this magical land that you were talking about.
It's a magical place.
Incredible.
Yeah. He's actually probably would appreciate me not talking about it.
No.
Actually, it's under strict NDA.
For sure.
He sent me a couple Halloween photos, and I I can't share them with anybody. He turned off the live function just so I couldn't do it.
But I do hear Bakersfield is wonderful this time of year.
Is that an Alex Hormozi thing? Oh, if he lives in Vegas.
I'm throwing him off. I'm throwing him off the scent.
Oh yeah, good. Okay, good. But yeah, friendship, man, friendship.
And he's you're bearing the lead. He's an avid listener.
Yeah, I mean he's smashing that like button.
You think that he gets all the way to minute 30? We're gonna find out. G-Fry,
yeah.
if you're listening, text Jay right now and say, I just heard it. Thanks for the shout. Because otherwise we'll know you're starting each app. But
are you a 1.2x guy? Or like Hefe over here is a fucking like 2.4x. I'm like, you're not even listening to the thing anymore, dude.
I just hold the button down on
It's
YouTube.
just way too fast.
Yeah. I just want to get the information into my brain. If it could osmosis me.
Well, okay, so here's really the ask.
Oh.
Okay, I don't care the like, subscribe, whatever.
I do.
Here's what I'm asking. Just hit the subscribe button on the podcast app. I think it's just a check mark, right? That's it. Just like
or
auto downloads it every week, and let's run those numbers.
Yeah, or the Spotify or wherever you're listening to. We're on Google, the Google Play, all the things.
No one's listening to this shit anywhere but podcast, Apple podcast.
You don't think a lot of people listen on Spotify?
I don't know. Do you?
No.
And that's it.
We'll see you next week.